I have the privilege of talking to people that are about to retire and that have just retired all the time, and I absolutely love it. But in that position, I have seen some people retire incredibly successfully, incredibly happily, where they absolutely love it. But on the flip side, I've also seen people retire not so successfully, people that aren't as happy as they thought they would be in retirement. And what I've seen are there are three types of assets that those that are most successful, most happy, most fulfilled in retirement, they have all three of these assets dialed in. And unfortunately, most people just focus on one, where they totally ignore the maximizing of the other two. So we're going to dive right in. If you're new here, my name is Dallin Hawes, a financial planner serving you guys as federal employees, helping you guys retire comfortable and confident. Let's dive right in. So let me ask you this. What are the most important assets for your retirement? Think about it. What would you say if you were sitting across the desk from me in my office and say, hey, what are the most important assets for a successful retirement? What would you say? Right? What most people would say is, oh, my TSP, definitely my TSP, or oh no, my pension, oh, my health insurance, my FEHB, so crucial, and I agree. Those are incredibly important financial assets. However, let me ask a similar question, just slightly different. What are the most important things in your life? What is most important to you in your life? When I ask that question, I often get vastly different answers. Vastly. I get answers, oh, my spouse, my family, my faith, my ability to my freedom to do what I want. All these things come out. And rarely does a financial asset come out when that question is asked. Rarely. Now, at the beginning of this video, I said I'd talk about three types of assets. And that's what we're going to talk about today. And you might already know, but one type of asset that you have to nail down by retirement is financial. And as you know, on this channel, on this podcast, we talk about financial all the time. How to maximize your benefits, how to get the most out of your TSP, how to save in taxes, estate plan, all that stuff, which is crucial. However, if you ignore the other two, it is much harder to have a successful retirement. So financial is number one, right? Think about your home. Think about your TSP, your health benefits, everything. If you have any real estate, mutual funds, stocks, bonds, all that stuff that goes into, let's say, your net worth. Important, but not the entire picture. That's number one, financial assets, okay? Next is your body and mind, or your intellectual assets, okay? So when I think of your body and mind, think about it. What about your health? How important is that to a successful retirement? How about your mind, your energy, your creativity, your experiences you had, your skills that you have? How crucial are those assets going into retirement? Crucial. Your health, incredibly crucial to have the retirement and do the things that you want. But how often do people trade some of those assets for financial assets? We all know people that trade their health, their time, their energy for financial assets. Now, that's not always a bad trade. I'm not saying it always is, right? We all have to work. We all have to prepare for retirement financially. But it's important to remember. We're trying to maximize all types of our assets, not just financial, to have an incredible retirement. So those are the first two. First, financial. Second, your body and mind, right? Thirdly, your relationships, your human assets, right? Meaning your spouse, your kids, your relationships maybe at your church or in your community. How crucial are those for you in your retirement? Now, all of these assets are going to have different levels of worth and they're going to look different for everyone. I totally get that. But my point here is, again, we're trying to maximize all three of these assets, not just one. Some people think, hey, if I maximize my financial assets, the rest will take care of itself. I'll be good. And often that's not the case. You have to, from the beginning of when you're planning for retirement, and if you're watching this, if you're listening to this, I know you're probably pretty serious about planning for retirement, because that's what we talk about all the time. So you have to start the planning process when it comes to planning for your future and your retirement with all three assets in mind. Okay, it would be nice to work till 62 to get the 10% bump in my pension, but what is that going to do to my relationships? What is that going to do to my health, my emotional, physical, energy? Is that going to give me the retirement I want? If not, okay, what are the other options? Right? Or for some people, working till 62 works perfect into their plan and makes a ton of sense. What makes sense for you? You have to start your planning with all three of these in mind to maximize everything for you. So crucial. If you get this wrong, it doesn't matter how much money you end up with. It doesn't matter how well you plan in the other areas. You won't be as happy, fulfilled, and successful in retirement, regardless of how much money you have in your TSP. I have seen this happen over and over again. So I hope that was helpful. If this is the sort of thing you're into, again, I got tons of great resources for you in the description below. Also, all my other videos and podcasts about maximizing your benefits to get the most out of your federal retirement. Now, there is a link below to a free copy of my book on maximizing the TSP. But again, as you read that book, do so with the lens that we are trying to maximize all three, not just the TSP. How do we maximize the TSP at the same time maximizing all three of your assets in your life? So I hope that was helpful. Have an incredible rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time.